My name is Koca Muhammad Nusradov, and I am working at PDP since 2020. And now I'm going to briefly introduce the PDP University that was opened in 2022. Let's go! And now this is the new building, started working from 2022 with PDP University. Talking about the university system and the academic sides of the university, we chose the Pearson BTech program for our students. Pearson is itself an educational company that works more than 200 universities over the world, and it shares its experience and nice content in especially IT industry and other industries. And it has like EdXL, BTech, LCCI and ADI. Our educational process consists of two different phases. First phase is the foundation, that students study their first year, and other 3 years are included in the undergraduate course. In undergraduate course, they may choose the different spheres at the university. And we have four different spheres like software development and programming, data analytics, artificial intelligence solutions and applications. The last one is business analytics and change management. From the right 2023, we are giving a chance for school students to study at the university and to guarantee their future education at the university. Now, for 11th grade students, we have the opportunity to study at foundation year at the university. And from the right 2023, we started the new chance for 11th grade school students. Now, they may guarantee their future education at the University of PDP. PDP University now invites 11th grade students to apply for math and logic exam at the university, and then they might be the student of PDP University. Now our admission is open for winter intake, and students, those who started their study at the university they will be able to continue their second year study from the October in this year. And one of the very interesting points at our university is that in the upcoming month, in February, we're gonna start the math competition in the Republic of the Uzbekistan.
Well, currently I'm a student of a PDP University. Well, you may ask why I chose this university. So the primary reason that I could give you is that that's the university that can offer me like much more than other universities, where I can study the same field like IT in here. Well, I remember a year ago it was a very challenging time for me to choose a proper university that I can study in, because the term of university is not just, how can I say, attending lessons and graduating it, and after just getting a diploma. It's not about it. It's about, how can I say, the changing point of your life. The decision which, how can I say, decides where you're going to be or what kind of profession you're going to hold in the future. Well, that's because it was very hard for me to choose the exact, certain university that I can study in. Well, I was so happy that in summer the PDP University was opened. That's because I used to, how can I say, used to watch the progress that PDP Academy made in the past 5 years. That's why I totally believed the university when I saw the news that PDP University was opened. That's why, without any hesitation, I just rejected my contract with another university, which is Korean University, where I was accepted with even scholarship, which is called Ajur. It's Korean University in IT field. I was accepted. However, I just rejected it because I totally believed in this university, which can offer me much more than that. And nowadays, I'm in foundation level, where I'll be taught every single thing that's generally in IT field. And by the second year, I'm gonna study in AI field, artificial intelligence. which is a very well-known field in IT nowadays, and also it's getting way more popular because of its usage in our life, and it can be way more productive in the future. We don't know yet about it. And I think after I graduate the university, there can be lots of ideas and projects that I'll be working with, and I don't actually know what kind they're going to be, but I hope I'll find out it, and I hope they're going to be really interesting and challenging for me, so I can find the real satisfaction from them. Actually, I've been considering to study in another field. It's because IT is just coding, but if you mix with another field like economics or math, you could also make lots of useful programs or software which can be used widely around the world. I mean, if you study in economics and you also have the ability to program things, you can, make something easier in economics by using software, programming languages. So you can program some stuff or thing in order to make the progress even more easier to achieve it. That's why in the future I'm considering to study in math field in order to create some app which can help you to find theories or formulas easily, or something which can be quite big library for every single people, regardless their level of math, whether they're students of school or university, maybe they're university professor. It doesn't matter. It can help every single people what they're looking for. It can find it for them. It's going to be quite well, improvement from math as well. Yeah, I think it's really important to study in this field. It's because it can be connected to every single field, like other fields, like math, economics. Its usage is so widely, we don't still know about it so far as much as possible. Primary reason is that I used to watch PDP University progress they made past 5 years. I also used to watch Odilbek Muzayev podcast or interviews through YouTube, so which really encouraged me to study in the IT field. He motivated me actually. He's the person who made me to be in here today. I was so motivated by that, and I really want to study in IT field. But all of a sudden, by the summer, they opened this university, which made me very happy because it's the university which the founder is actually Odilbek Muzayev. So I can be close to that person, which made me very happy. That's why I chose this university. And also, as you all know, PDP Academy is the resident of IT in Uzbekistan, which can, ensure that you're gonna get good opportunities in the future as a programmer. Among programmers, it's the question which is asked mostly which programming language should I learn? And I would generally say that English language should be the first one you have to learn. That's why, it's because it makes easier to pick up new language, whether it's Python or JavaScript. If you know English, there are lots of sources and servers you can find in order to learn programming through the internet. So I would say that English language is the first one that you have to learn. And also in PDP University, most of, all subjects are held in English language, which makes even more interesting. So you could also, find a better ways to programming languages, of course in Uzbek, but if you know English, it's much better. It's way more better. For whom who are not doing well in study, it's really hard to say anything about them, but what I can say is that at least they have to learn English, at least. If they can learn English, they don't even need university in some points. It's because they can learn lots of things through the internet, so just the English language is enough. What I can say is that the world is changing, as we all knew that the world was as we all know, we're living capitalism area, but it's already ended. It already ended. But most of us don't know about it. We're living in corporation area. If you're part of corporation, like Amazon or Google, it's way more easier for you to do your living, to make a living. Considering that these companies, corporations are actually IT companies, it's better to learn IT nowadays. It, how can I say, actually guarantee you lots of opportunity in the future, and it could be very easy to make a living with it. That's it, guys. Just please don't be like such person and move on. Try to learn something for your future. It's your life. No one's gonna do anything for you, and especially in this area.
When they finish the foundation year at the university, they will have a chance to work and to pay their own tuition fee of the university. They will have a chance to work in local and as well as international companies, as the education is English at PDP University. One of the last changes at PDP University is that we started international education for Uzbek students in Uzbek language in Uzbekistan. And this is the first university that educates in Uzbek, and this is the first international university that educates in Uzbek also. But all these students, those started their education in Uzbek or in English, continue their studies from the third year at the university full in English. And then they will get the same diploma to work in the international market.
Hi, my name is Jahangir Karimov. I work as a lecturer at PDP University situated in Tashkent City. And we teach at this university the programming principles, the software applications, and many more related to IT, which is the sphere which is the most demanded in the Republic of Uzbekistan, at the same time in the whole world. This is the foundation year that our students are taking, right? And during this year, they are getting prepared for the next level, where they need to choose their own sphere that are interested in. It can be artificial intelligence or software engineering and many more, right? And exactly in this foundation year, we need to motivate them to the exactly that sphere that they are going to choose, right? Because the IT sphere is vast, right? It's a huge topic. It consists of simply starting from the IT, well, the basic principles in IT, like computational thinking and the uses of software applications, and artificial intelligence, it can be, or graphical design. What I really like among our students is they have their own interests in this field, right? For example, a particular person may really like the graphical interfaces, right? Creating the designs and so on, right? But the next one, the person may prefer the creating the software applications, right? The next person may dedicate his or her own life to artificial intelligence, like creating the robots and so on, right? And exactly in this foundation year, we as the teachers, we have a responsibility to lead them to their path that they really want to take, right? So that they are not going to commit a mistake in their choices, right? PDP University in Tashkent is specialized into the narrowed down sphere, which is called IT. And IT profession is actually the most demanded in the Republic of Uzbekistan and at the same time in the whole world. And we, as a teachers, we need to lead our students to the right path, right? We need to train them, and we need to prepare so that they get prepared for their next academic year with the great motivation, at the same time with the great potential and preparation. Well, what's the most thing I really adore at this university is we, as a teachers, we do not make the students we do not force the students to learn something, right? We show everything with the practice, and they sit and start code, right? Everything we cover as a theoretical knowledge, they do everything in their practice. So we have practical workshops, right? And we also have preparational, the tasks for their assignments, so that there is no any force, right, to make students learn something. They get motivated, they do everything by their own interest, right? So we don't have to do anything because they are all already motivated people. Before teaching at this university, I was an experienced software engineer working in private companies and the government organizations as well. My aim is to train my students to make them learn starting from the basic principles of programming and ending up with the advanced level of programming. And my aim is to prepare my students as a future, the colleagues, so that I could work with them in common projects and many more.
My name is Abidjan Akhmedov. I've been in this education area for about 22 years now, and I have been currently instructing students business process modeling, which is going to be a very good tool for students to learn how to go through every single process of each business entity. And I believe that the IT area is not only about coding, about software and hardware, as well as it should be also about the business analytics. So in terms of business analysis, students will be able to understand every single part and the step in each companies that they are going to be working for in the future. So that's what we are going to prepare students for, to be able to be mature and see all those processes and make right decisions on time. And I believe that the business analytics has been developing and growing a lot, and it's becoming pretty much popular among students and in IT world, because having a starting a company, it's not only about coding and doing the right things, but it's also calculating every single thing, every single cost, and every single process. And all those individuals who are going to be working for your company, you will have to understand their functions and how they start, how they end up, and who comes where and who does what. So business analytics subject is going to prepare students for those obstacles and challenges in the future. So we believe that students are, once they are actually studying with this subject, first of all, they shouldn't be only focusing on one course book. They will have to also focus on different types of sources, materials, and they're going to be going through different kinds of handbooks and business cases that we will be delivering as an example of different companies, large corporations, as well as the corporations coming from Uzbekistan. And I believe that those skills and experiences are going to help students a lot to become very nice and very good business analytics in the future. So we believe that through the entire course, students are going to be working very closely all together, as well as with their instructors. And how are they going to do it? They're going to go through different kinds of presentations, and they will be actually studying very, very closely how those companies work, and then they will make a plan for a company, and they will try to work and try to develop a startup company by themselves. And I believe that this thing is going to help them and motivate them a lot and encourage them to further become an IT entrepreneur, or as well as business entrepreneur in the future.
I'm 18 years old. I've entered this university last year, in 2022. I found about it on news. I heard a bit about news. And actually I wanted to study here because I have studied in PDP Academy as well. I learned there Python and Java and C++ too. So, now I'm on the foundation course. From the second year of the study, I'm gonna choose my path of the career of the study. So I'm planning to choose to be as a full stack developer. It means I can work as a backend developer and a front-end developer at the same time. I make design and logic for my program myself. After the graduation, I'm gonna go to Japan because it's my dream country. Yeah, because the technology is very high there, very developed there. I wonder how they achieve these kind of technologies, and I want to make the same thing, the same projects in my hometown. I recommend this university to our younger generation, who studies in schools, and because the programmer is the job of the future. In the future, I hope most of the professions, most of the occupations will be covered by robots, by electronics, and the programmer is the only one I mean, not only one, but one of the rarest jobs which will last longer than others.
And I'm working at PDP since 2020. Talking about the brief history of PDP. PDP is itself personal development process, and it was founded in 2017 by Otulbek Mirzayev as an academy. But coming to the 2019, it changed its position to a huge educational center, one of the huge academies in Uzbekistan with the capacity of the education for 600 students. Coming to the 2020, because of the world pandemic time, PDP Academy started writing its online courses for the students and who are living in the other countries but wanted to learn IT. It changed the number of students of PDP Academy, and because of this development, because of the huge growth in the number of students, PDP changed its building in 2021 with the educational capacity for students for 3,000 students at PDP Academy. And after just 1 year, we started working on the project named PDP University as we are recording this video now. PDP University is the digital university, digital education for digital future of the Uzbekistan. In 2022, we have opened the full international IT university in Uzbekistan. And the question is, where we are going on? We are going on the ecosystem, IT ecosystem, first IT ecosystem in Uzbekistan, maybe in Central Asia. The mission for opening the PDP itself is to build the IT Valley in Uzbekistan, named PDP Valley. Till this time, we were educating students, educating high knowledgeable students for the market of Uzbekistan. Now in this university, we are teaching students. All the lessons are conducted in full English, and that's why now we are preparing our students for the international market to break the barriers of language and the area. We aim to educate students at PDP University who will change the world with the nice ideas and who will create the startup companies. And now at PDP University, we are educating students who will create their own startup companies which will change the world totally. And you know, now we are very happy to see the people are doing the tasks not physically, maybe mentally, and they are increasing their incomes by doing the mental work instead of doing physical work. And now they are calling their other relatives who are doing the physical work in other countries.
I'm Aziz, I'm 18 years old, and well, last year, after graduating from school and getting a high score from IELTS, I was in search of any kind of university. So to tell the truth, I wasn't sure to where to go. So one day, when I was scratching the internet in social media, I saw an PDP University ad. They said PDP gives you the chance to study in IT sphere. They say IT is the job or our future, and that they have lots of plans for IT, building industries and so on. Well, I said, oh really? Why don't you try to enroll this university? So I immediately applied to this university through internet, through their websites, and after 2 or 3 days, I got an invitation letter through my email. I went there and I sit in the entrance exams, and I got enrolled to this university. Well, here you go. I'm here, I'm studying, I'm making new friends, finding out new people, new relationships, of course, with the help of our professional tutors. Not only professional, but also the most important, friendly, international professional tutors. So I'm happy and I'm really glad to study there among the people, among the students that also are interested in IT as well as me. To be honest, I really want to grow in Uzbekistan in such kind of international university and to carry our country. You know, I want to be real professional of IT, and I want to open many industries in even not only in Tashkent but in Uzbekistan.
Greetings, my name is Ulugbek Yusupov. I work as an English teacher at PDP University. Until now, we've been having pre-foundation and pre-university courses for the people who are applying to this university. But now we offer them both English and Uzbek courses. And Uzbek courses, students who are in Uzbek courses can graduate at the same time with the people who are in English courses. The difference is students who are studying at English courses learn EAPs, English for academic purposes, courses, but Uzbek students learn English language 2 years. And after 2 years, they also have to proceed to the next step of their studies, but in that case, they have to reach the upper intermediate level of English. Compared to IELTS, it should be 6+ band. I challenge applicants who are applying for international universities such as PDP to learn English language. Why? Because this helps them to broaden their horizon in English, at the same time in critical thinking. As I've mentioned before, we've been learning English with our students. As I have mentioned before, we've been studying English with our students. At the same time, we've been challenging ourselves to get more critical thinking knowledge, because this helps to ease their life in their future academic careers.
I hope all the necessary information was given, and we invite all the applicants and future students to our university. If the given information is useful for you, I will be the happiest person in the world. Bye for now.